guys, this is me, Shydo Shiba, and today I'll be playing Major Minor 2.0. And I'm gonna begin reading right now. I've seen pictures of this place before, but seeing it for real is amazing. Kyla looks like he's full of wonder. I can't help but feel happy for him. Well, what do you think? This is amazing! It's way better in person. Yeah, that's for sure. So, where's this maid cafe? And what is it called exactly? Don't worry, it's not much farther. And I guess I can get you up to speed while we talk. No room for secrets among friends, right? Right. It's called Cafe Chat. It translates from French into coffee cat. The owner, Eclair, is pretty well respected. Eclair, hmm? I swear I've heard that name before. If you looked up cafes before you came here, you would have seen her. In fact, she has a pretty long waiting list. It borders on ridiculous. How you get it? Um, how you get us in so fast then? Pulled a few strings. Name dropping the lucky two definitely helped. Wow, hear that, Shydo? We've got celebrity energy. Lots of people are talking about the two of you. That's why it was so hard to keep your arrival a secret. But this is where I'll have to take my leave. Inumi is waiting for me, so Rook can take you over from here. She holds out her hand before leaving, and I give it a firm shake. Honestly, they should have sent her to pick us up instead of Rook. Well, you heard her. Follow me and stay close, alright? If you get lost here, you might get lost for good. He starts to lead us down the street. He's staring down, focused on his tablet once more. I get the impression that he's trying to keep a low profile. Gotta give him some credit though. Even looking down at the tablet, he's still not getting lost. If anything, he's proven himself to be a master of multitasking. What's Eclair like, Rook? I don't know. I've never been. You seem to know exactly where we're going. It's called GPS, Kyla. Oh, right. Of course. Kyla shrugs at me. Also, when we get there, I'm not going in. I'll wait outside until you're done. It's just not my kind of place. Is that fair? Seems fair to me. I nod in agreement. Besides, it'd be more fun to watch paint dry. Rude, says the guy who decided where to go without putting my input. Whatever. Before the conversation continues, Rook steps in his tracks. He points to a colorful shop just a few steps away. It's over there. Hope you two have fun. Just try not to drag me into your business. Oh, don't take forever. Remember, I don't do waiting. Just meet me over here when you're done. We gotta get to the hotel before nightfall. We start to walk toward the shop, but Rook stops us. Hey, Don't mention my name to her. Consider it a personal favor, alright? Okay. But I thought we never been here. I'm removing myself from this conversation. Okay, bye, Luke. He walks away and sits on some nearby benches. Weird. Well, Kyla, I know why, but I'm not gonna spoil yet. And I know Kyla's not your real name, so that's certainly putting it lightly. We both shrug and make our way to the cafe. I guess we have our work cut out for us. When we enter, I'm shocked at how fancy it is. Honestly, it seems like they've put millions of dollars into this place. Howdy, strangers. Welcome to the cafe chat. Since chat is French for cat, the irony isn't lost on me. Hey there, we're here to see Eclair. She's right in front of you. He stares at the floor, clearly nervous. I guess it makes sense. One of his dreams is coming true, after all. Oh, it's you two. I've been waiting for you. Wait, you're Eclair? Last time I checked, I thought Kyla looked this place up online or something. The fact that he didn't recognize her is a little odd. I feel like that was foreshadowing. Anyway, come take a seat. I'm not really in the habit of wasting time. I know a bit about the two of you. Well, mostly that you're special and got to skip the wait. Are you celebrities? Should I get your autographs? I kind of figured she'd known who we are. Either way, there's no need to break the NDA. She smiles as she leads us over to a three-person booth. There's a side of her, a side for me and Kyla. As we all take our seats, she gives us a piercing gaze. Oh, I know, quiz time. Kyla shoots wide open with excitement. It's like all his dreams are coming true at once. Here's a good one. Why are there only 3 seats? I look at Kyla in confusion. I have no clue. But judging from Kyla's face, he doesn't either. Time's up. The number 4 is considered bad luck. Kinda like the number 13 in the West. It's skipping sometimes out of respect. Oh yeah, I was rewatching Golden Wind from JoJo Bizarre Adventure. And yeah, Mista also finds the number 4 bad luck. Yeah. Wow, really? You bet. You're so smart, Claire. Then you're gonna love this next question. Do you have any idea why my name is Eclair? No, I forgot. Oh, this one is easy. You're just really sweet, just like the pastry of the same name. Incorrect. No. It's because I'm quick, like a flash of lightning. It's also French, just like the name of my cafe. She definitely has a theme going on. And you know how they say good things come in threes? Get ready because I've saved the best question for last. Kyla braces himself. Ooh. Rook refused to come in, didn't he? Mm-hmm. He. By the way, Eclair and Rook know each other. So yeah. What? I bet he said not to mention him, right? Typical Rook, as stubborn as ever. I know exactly who you are, by the way. What? That statement seems to shock Kyla more than it should. Jade told me everything when she called to arrange this. Said to consider it a personal favor, so I obliged. So, do you know each other? Rook was acting so weird about all this. He didn't even tell you that he knew me? Wow, I'm actually offended. He seems to hate the idea of maid cafes. It was actually so intense it came off as suspicious. Yeah, that sounds like Rook. That wasn't always the case, though. We used to be partners, actually. You and Rook? Partners? It was a lifetime ago, but yeah. What happened? That is, if you don't mind my asking. She slumps down in her chair defeated. This definitely wasn't the way I was expected this to go. Sorry. It all just came flooding back. I haven't heard his name in years. A tear drips down her cheek. The call from Jade was too sudden too. It suddenly ruined my vibes. She gets up and runs away without another word. She enters a door at the back of the cafe, likely her office. Did we do something wrong? Maybe because you ask why. But, or maybe not, I don't know. I'm starting to think coming here was a bad idea. Perhaps we should have paid more attention to what Rook was saying. Do you think we should leave? This isn't what I was expecting at all. I shake my head and I'll tell Kyla I'll go talk to her. I feel responsible for flooding her with all those unpleasant memories. The last thing I can do we, before we leave is to check on her well being. Alright, that's probably for the best. I'll go talk to Rook and let him know you'll be a bit longer. See you outside when you're done? Yes, I nod. He ran outside and I look at the direction that Eclair ran, but the door has been has a cartoonish drawing of a cat's paw on it. Yeah, that's definitely leads to her office. I take a deep breath before entering. Hopefully, I can face this. When I enter, I see Eclair sitting down with her face in her hands. I take a few loud steps forward, trying to make my presence known. Oh, hey, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm such a fool right now. It's my job to be happy and uplifting. I hope you can understand what happened. It's just bad memories. Sometimes they overwhelm you. Yeah, I totally understand. I'm glad. It's just me and Luke were so close, and then he just left at the snap of a finger. I'm used to people leaving though. After my services, they just walk out that door. I guess I never expected that one day he'd do the same. We were a star duo at Akibara from far and wide. Everyone wanted to see us. He was one of the most in demand hosts. was a host at a maid cafe? Honestly, I'm so shocked to my very core. No offense, Rook. Like, looks like he's changed, but not in for the better. Oh well, I guess it can happen for the best of us. I decided to let Eclair continue rather than speaking my mind. We spend almost every day together. People would treat us like we're a couple. We weren't, but there's no harm in playing pretend. It was so easy to spend time in a world where we were happy. Of course, the accident had to happen. It ruined everything. Accident? I can't say since it's Root's personal business, but he started to act so distant and rude. Obviously, too, the cafe started to suffer. He started finding more joy in his tablet of his. We've got a bunch of complaints, and people started coming. One day, Rook stopped coming as well. I feel so lost. I searched for him day in and day out. Then one day, I just stopped. Like a switch flickered in my head. Isn't that weird? He was everything to me, and then he was nothing. There's such fine line between love and contempt. It was easy for me to hate him after all. I mean, he ruined the entire business. That's when I decided to close up shop. But just when I was about to, I saw an envelope in front of the cafe. It had my name on it and a little heart. She sniffles. He always added that heart by my name. I was Shaquik. I think it had everything I needed to stay in business some more. With that, I'd be able to recover from the damage he caused. There was a little letter too. He apologized for everything. He said he saved up for years. I guess he never stopped wanting to make it up to me. He said got a job with someone named Jade. That's he that he'd be supporting the career of some pop idol. I didn't know who she was, but she felt like my replacement. All that stuff came flooding back today. But that's the power of a memory, isn't it? Fleeting yet absolute. That's for sure. I feel a momentary sense of confusion when pondering though. Why are my memories starting to feel hazy? I saw him outside with the both of you. I really hoped that he'd come in to hang out. But I guess it was enough that he sent the two of you in. On some level, he still thinks about me and supports me. In a weird roundabout way, he She takes her phone and places it on the table. Now that I'm calming down, want to exchange numbers? I think I owe you an apology in the form of another session. Please bring Kyla too. This is my fault after all. I left the chance to fix it. I apologize to her too. It was never my goal to make her cry. Don't worry, you're fine. I just need a bit of time for myself right now. I nod and I start to leave. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. Hmm? I mean, real reason why there's only free seats. The answer on the quiz was kind of a lie. And the sight of the two chairs used to be me and Rook. We sit there and entertain in a single guess. But when he left, I was all alone. I had to switch sides along with my outlook on everything. Look at me, still holding on to the past. I guess I'm not as quick as they say. She smiles, and our conversation reaches to its end. I make my way back outside, trying to look for Rook and Kyla. However, part of me was looking forward to seeing Eclair again. I feel like seeing at the top of her game. She would be a real treat. There's gonna be a reason this place is so popular after all, and hopefully soon I'd understand why. Wow, it's already dark. Oh well, I finally got to see this place all lit up. The neon lights are simply incredible. No other way to put it. Hey, how was the date? Funny. Hey, you didn't have to repeat it. I was only joking when I called it a date. I saw a good joke and wanted the credit. Hmm. She was crying, so that wasn't exactly an idea of a date. Lighten up. You got a good sense of humor, and coming from me, that definitely means something. It doesn't. Anyway, I'm glad to have you back. Me and Kylas were quote unquote bonding, and I started to feel uncomfortable. Thankfully, I was able to occupy myself with some food. Sounds like he has trouble saying the word bonding. I can feel my stomach rumble at the mention of food. Besides, I got an important phone call. We really need to hurry back to the hotel and ASAP. Phone call, ask him what happened. Well, let's just say it concerns your safety. It's in our best interest to get you to your hotel room. Gonna have to pull all the festivities on hold for now. He had more planned. It's getting so late. I'm glad it's time to get settled, though. It's been a long day. Just follow me. It's not that far. Probably a good idea to walk of all these calories anyway. We both nod and started following along. Part of me hopes that our hotel was a little luxurious. The context was a big deal after all. Sponsors galore. With the rate we're walking at, however, it isn't much longer before I find out. When we entered the hotel, it looks awesome, very modern, and I could tell that the rooms would be fancy as well. What a pretty sight, huh? Yeah, this is incredible. Good to know that we see eye to eye. It should treat the both of you just fine. He reaches into his pocket and takes out two key cards, handling them to Kyla and myself, and he smiles. Your room is. You're in room 217. This should get the both of you inside. Awesome. How big are the rooms? Do we have any cool anime? I don't know, animes or whatever. Yeah, you get a hot tub, even personal care if you want a massage. Seriously? It's time for a soak. Go right ahead. Promise me one thing. Be ready tomorrow for 9 a.m. Me or Jade will pick you up. And please, do not leave the room. It's dangerous. Right. Midnight fast approaches. His terms are acceptable, so we started to head for our room. Doesn't take long to find out, but when we do, we're absolutely stunned. This is absolutely incredible. It's so spacious and luxurious. When you look at that, I feel like a millionaire. I mean, we both, we both kind of, we both kind of are. The contest winnings were valuable at such high amounts. Look, we even got Kotatsu. That in a hot tub? I think I'm gonna faint. Want to relax and watch some TV? I think we need to prepare for tomorrow. Yeah, seems like tomorrow would be rather hectic. I know in the past a second, Kyla turns on the TV. I wonder what's on. He flips some channels, but one grabs his attention. Definitely grabbed mine too. It seems pretty bad. I see crime scene tapes. I gulp and then look at the time. Another midnight death. The headlines are clear. Another reporter on screen, distraught, maybe even scared. He holds the microphone away from his mouth, talking to someone off screen. It feels wrong watching this, like a murder in some sort of spectate. Fukumoto here. Sorry for interrupting your program tonight. I'll resume as soon as this is over. He looks off camera again, same direction. This Fukimoto wears a face of shock all of a sudden. It's like he was given some terrible news. Another victim confirmed to me. Another victim of the midnight deaths. Their body was discovered just moments ago. Please bear with me here. He gulps before continuing. It's Klace, the pop idol, recently in Tokyo to launch his new world tour. Now, nothing more than a victim to these senseless tragedies. This is where we're gonna meet the king himself. An earlier time in the throne room of the mortal king. History repeats itself. At least what they say, right? We are doomed to repeat our past transgressions. I cannot say, my king. I am merely mortal. I am doomed to a life of mistakes without repeat. I am honored you would seek my counsel, though having the wise of millennia. I apologize for being unable to help. I can only hope that you didn't think of me less. There's no need to apologize, indeed. I am merely thinking out loud. Also, please lose the formality. Of course, Vela. This could relate to Lord Clare, however, who's gaining quite the following. Rightly so, his charisma is unmatched. He could bend almost anyone to his will, even if the cause is foolish. Yes, what a foolish cause it is. Seeking to cut off Terra from other worlds. Seeking surveillance is a food errand, most likely to serve the head of your body. Something too too familiar. Something I'm all too familiar with doing. Apologies if the joke was too gruesome. You may be an assassin, but you aid a righteous cause, one that guarantees the stability and freedom of Terra. Of course, Vela, in your name, always. How is your protege coming along, by the way? Conrad, he is conflicted. Sometimes he thinks that our methods are too harsh. Perhaps he may think that we're in the wrong. But you must remember, I was the same. Give it time, and he will be of great importance. Very well. I trust your instinct. With it, Lord Clare is sure to be exposed, and so my reign will continue unhindered. Yes, it's Shydo. However, does they not summon you here to talk about Blair or Conrad? It's a matter of great importance. If I were to use your terms, is something wrong? No, in fact, quite the opposite. As you know, I am the one who opened up Terra to other worlds. Blair seeks to undo everything I have worked so hard to achieve. But I opened up our world for a very good reason, and the truth is, I've been quite secretive about it. Was it not to help those in need of refuge? It was a welcome side effect, but my intent was not to take in so many people. It was, in fact, to take one very special person, a Shiba named Shydo, the savior. The savior? Yes, they are the reason I opened up this world, but so far, after all these years, they have yet to arrive. And what might we be saving from exactly? It cannot be a lack of resources like Claire claims. You are correct in that assumption, but my lips are sealed, at least for now. Just know that we need them urgent. Even every second that passes is a second we cannot waste. Thankfully, I have discovered something useful, a method that may expedite their arrival. I'm all ears. I finally pinpointed their exact location. They reside on a planet called Earth. How you learn this? A trusted source. I've never heard of this planet. Are you sure your source is reliable? I am quite certain. And there's another reason you've never heard of it. Earth is not connected to any other planet. It's what I call an untouched world. Such thing still exists? Only if you have something to hide, or in this case, something to shelter. How can I be of help? Surely this earth is not within my reach. It wasn't, until now. You mentioned the source I mentioned earlier. They've come up with a means to reach Earth. This means to retrieve the Savior. And what you have me to do? Yes, of course, you are the only one I trust. And Conrad, this will be a chance to test his resolve. Very well, my king. What must be done? Something very simple, yet endlessly complex. You must perform a ritual. Chapter 1 completed. Calm before the storm. I watch in shock as the TV broadcasts the whole ordeal. A body bag is being loaded into an ambulance. It's awful to see. Hold on real quick. Alright, anyways. Kyle and I watched in shock as the TV broadcast the whole ordeal. A body bag is being loaded into an ambulance. It's awful to see. In this moment, it feels like everything falls apart. What would happen to us? What will happen to the tour? Kyla's jaw drops almost inches away from the floor, clearly traumatized. I can tell like he's fighting off tears like his own life depends on it. What? But this can't be true. I'm almost in disbelief myself. I reach to comfort Kyla, but then the hyena's gonna appear. I can't move. It's that feeling again. I experienced it several times today. I'm about to be visited by the hyena, I think. Life is an interesting thing, isn't it? So frail that some would call death almost of death more powerful? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Again, with such cryptic words. Watching your world slowly fade away, like being away, swatted on the wall. He snaps his fingers. Just like that, someone can die. No one is above death, just as no one is below life. No one should be below the truth either. A dummy answers, now. I only want to speak. You want answers? What is an answer exactly? A doorway to more questions, perhaps? No, he's just stalling. Is he worried about something? I guess I did promise you. You'll have to come with me, however. I can't keep this place suspended for long. Suspended? You'll have to grab my hand. If this suspicion ends, you'll be trapped, caught in space and time for a lonely eternity. I'm gonna grab his hand. I reach out, grab his hand. The alternative was simply too scary. And if he was gonna give me answers, well, I couldn't say no. Good. Now, this might hurt a little. A second later, everything fades. Oh no, not again. As soon as my vision were in the arc. First and foremost, allow me to apologize. I get the feeling that you're overwhelmed. It's natural given the circumstance. But recently, things have become urgent. That's why, part of why you might feel rushed. Rush is clearly an understatement. I will give you answers though. I feel like you deserve at least that much. Oh, you really think so? Your sarcasm isn't helping, Shydo. He shakes his head, as if he's shrugging it off. Welcome back to the Ark. This place to relax and ponder, to find yourself when you might feel lost. Only a select few are allowed to be here, people I trust with both my life and the lives of many. You are the first to enter in a very long while. So please feel free to relax. No danger will befall you here in the Ark, at least not as you stay by my side. He inches closer as if proximity guarantees my safety. You can become a bit closer, you know. Uh, man. I'd rather not. There are more important matters at hand. Let's start with those answers you wanted. I'll try to refrain from being vague or hiding the truth. Finally. After what you've experienced, you deserve it. However, the death of Klace is rather unimportant. Unimportant? That's an insult right there. For some reason, I decided not to call him out on it. If he was gonna answer my questions, I'd rather be on his good side. There was a mountain of them in my head, so I had to focus. The power of to manipulate reality, the existence of this worldly plane. Where would I even start? What should I choose? What is the Ark? Who are you exactly? Tell me more about the power. What are the Midnight Devs? Sure, let's go for that. I have no idea. I only heard them twice. Once when I brought you here, and again just now. I, I think you already know, and you'll see later. It was on the television, right? Klace was a victim. I might have flipped this one on you. Ah, damn it. Is there a way I can go back? Okay, hold on. Alright, I'm gonna restart of the midnight disc. I have no idea. I only heard them twice. Once I brought you here, again just now. It was on television, right? Klace was a victim. I might have flipped this one on you. What's going on, Jesus? What exactly is going on? I let him know everything I know. Well, deaths with a pattern imply one thing. It's likely the work of a serial killer. Klace was a pop idol after all. A pretty big target. Perhaps the other killings were just preparation. I'm sorry, I can't give you more of this one. Oh, okay, never mind. It's what the arc. Interesting question. I'm not sure how to answer that one. Well, at least not in the way you understand. Not to insult your intelligence, it's just different. There is more to Earth than you realize, or other planet, for the matter. The way you see it, the physical spot is absolute. No two things can exist in the same exact space. That is not the case at all. Many things exist in the same spot as Earth, right at your fingertips, yet impossible to touch. Countless other worlds exist spot as Earth. In fact, there is almost infinite number of celestial planes. Some of them are empty, yet some of them are beautiful worlds. The Ark is simply one of these spaces, existing along everything. Each have its own laws, of course, the flow of time, our physics, stuff like that. For example, the arc time nearby stands still. Not even a millisecond has Earth passed since you left. This place you essentially be immortal. This is why I've made the arc my home. I have all the time in the world. So I use it wisely to achieve my goals. I mean, I've kinda down here, but that's another story. Okay, two questions left. Who are you exactly? Well, that's an awfully vague question. How do you define an identity? The name, the past, your actions? Could it be your personality or your parents? Any of those, then I think it'd be good of who I am. But part of me thinks who I actually are, my past, of which you will only learn one. Many people call the Ark my home, but the truth is, it's actually my prison. I've been trapped here for, well, to be honest, I've lost count. The time can be its importance when become a victim to back at home. I used to cherish almost every second, but here, time stands still. Moments lose their beauty, memories decay until all I can remember is the vast red of the arc. It's a form of torture, actually. Temporary deprivation was the term for it, I think. I can leave short periods of time, like bringing you here, but even that's another method of torture, teasing me with places I can never leave. For I'm a prison here, and inherited a substantial power. Power that no world would consider normal. In fact, my existence be seen as a threat to the universe. But that's not what you asked. Sorry, getting sidetracked. Okay, got that. That power. Okay. Blah 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 blah. I don't wanna hear. I don't wanna hear it. Blah blah blah. Then I need to click it. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. First of all, it's impossible to determine its origins. Simply moves from one host to another, epoch after epoch. When it found its way to me, I was contained, forced to live in this eternal void. As for what it is, let me explain it this way. There are an infinite amount of parallel realities, meaning there are an infinite amount of every world, even Earth. Some have miss differences, and on the other hand, some differ in incredible ways. Normally, it would be impossible to move from one reality to another. These places may share the same physical spot, but they aren't Earth exactly. The power, however, allows the weird wielder to move more between planes where others are stuck. The both of us would be free. The power is so dangerous, worlds are not meant to interact with each other. It could throw away the universe into disarray. Resources could be stolen, dead people could be brought back to life. You could mix and match other worlds to create your perfect reality. Of course, it would be at the expense of innocence. But why I chose you? Well, to be honest, you're not that wow. It's Earth I was more focused on. You see, there's a large galactic community at play. Trade routes, interstellar travel, everything you could imagine. Except for your world. It has no links, making it an untouched planet. As my power grew, it begged to be shared and gifted. I simply chose Earth because it had no connections. If things went awry, only your planet would be affected. I could share the power and mitigate potential damage. But people slowly become aware of Earth. They can peer it into it and starting to touch it too. There are other worlds that may want to take you and use your power for their own gain. We should ensure that the power is only used for good. To do what to do first found its way to me. If used right, every world, every universe can be kept safe. We can work together and create a harmonious existence. Anything else? That's enough for now, because that's all the time I've had. I hope you're satisfied with what I've said. It was a lot to take in, but in spite of recent events, I feel relaxed. Understand things a bit more than I did before. That's all I wanted. Anyway, we should talk about the real issue at hand. There's a reason I called you here like this, Shydo. Another world wants to take you. They've been trying for days by means of an anonymous ritual. I believe they want to seize your power for themselves. I've been able to concept them for however delayed it. In fact, that interception is what brought you here the first time. I shifted your I don't know how to say that word, so I could bring you here and keep you safe. If other people gain your power, catastrophic could follow. Unfortunately, I've had to send other Earthlings in your steam. Believe me that if we keep trying, they'll get you eventually. However, my theories are just that, theories. So, in order to discern their true intent, I've decided to let them succeed. We must give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm just a little cautious after the last time this happened. The last time, I tend to keep you on Earth and observe you, but it became clear that worlds would sense you. You have the power to save or destroy. This may be the first of many worlds that take you. We simply hope that their needs are benevolent. Your power should be used to enrich the universe, not harm it. So he's just gonna. So he's just letting another world take me? They could hurt me or worse. Don't worry, I can still observe you on the other world. At the first sign of danger, I'll bring you back. Consider this as a form of reconnaissance. Play along with them and see what happens. Please continue to be my ray of hope, my agent of fate. He snaps his fingers and I feel a rush of terror. This isn't right. None of this feels right. Klace was dead. I was cursed with a power I didn't ask for. This was. Before I can continue thinking, my entire body is racked with pain. It feels like the first time I came here, but on a much larger scale. I try to focus on my breathing, but even that causes me incredible pain. It feels like a paper cut on my fiber of my being. It's not being torn apart at a molecular level. Then I feel nothing. Some moments later, I find myself in a forest. I'm quickly thrown against a nearby tree, like I was moving near incredibly fast. I land on the ground and grip my head in pain. It radiates with my heartbeat. I try to take a few steps around, but immediately lose my balance, grabbing onto the same tree I crashed into. I use for support. Where am I? Alone, the soil of some foreign planet. That's enough to break me, as if some event on Earth weren't enough already. Klace was killed, and I was taken to the Ark. Forcibly taken, might I add. For a moment, it feels like my future has been stolen, placing in the guiding hands of someone else, that man in the Ark. I don't want any of this, but I clearly have no say in the matter. But against my wishes, I've been thrust into complex machinations. What else will I be forced to do? Would I ever be myself again? You'll get back where you came from. Huh? I know what it's like to be far away from home, and this may be the farthest you've ever been. But you'll get back. I can feel it. I kneel down. He, he kneels down and wraps an arm around me. Soon after, I'm stable once more back on my feet. It can be so easy to lose your way, especially when others put their own path before you. Who is this? Is this the man conducting the ritual? So I don't sense any ill intent. His presence put me at unease almost instantly. Your visit is a product of my desperation. It seems like some of those feelings azle you too. If so, I must apologize. I would I wouldn't have done it if I say in the matter. It wasn't easy either. Bringing you to Terra was a road paved with failure and compromise. Terra. Is that where I am? Conrad, it worked. How can you tell? It's not like we have a drawing for comparison. Yeah, Conrad. Probably one of my favorite character, if not my favorite character in this entire game. I know this is the one. Yeah, I am the one. How could you possibly know that? I can feel it. Trust me. Please. Alright, I'll play along. Quiz will be very pleased. Take a few steps back, still frightened what's going on. Explain my situation to them. I have no idea who they are or who this Vela is. Explanation is in order then, but this situation is more complex than you realize. Like I said, this is Terra, a world of peace. For centuries, we've then free from war and strife. We owe this peace to the mortal king. He's ensured that our world remains utopia. A utopia is nothing if not desirable. We're victims to the kindness of charity, where we give off-worlders. Wait a second, Moral King? Yeah, but honestly, he just got lucky. Found a world where the flow of time suits him better. And it's an interesting thing. Each world experiences time at a different rate. You can move to a world where you die in seconds, or in the case of Vela, where you can live for eternity. Can't say I'm jealous of that immortality, more, but at least he's able to get a lot done. And since you're still alive, that's a good sign. Terra must flow favorably for you as well. Conrad's like colors remind me of TikTok. There are worlds where I could die in seconds, probably a ton, but some people would prefer that actually. I mean, minute of true happiness over a lifetime of war and death. Some people know the life on Terra may be short, but they still come. There better be an alternative, that's for sure. We should be thankful that you are still alive. Same for others we brought before you. Before me, don't worry, they're safe and sound. We've given them to one of the local lords. Don't be hasty, Indy. You know Claire hates off-worlders. In fact, you said we're sending them to their deaths, but as in all in the naming of finding you. They didn't need to know that, Conrad. We have to make good impression. Upholding the truth would accomplish the opposite of that. Conrad smirks at me. Anyway, there is the Lord I was talking about. He's actually seeking to take the throne for himself. And he might be winning too. That's why Vela sees him as a valid friend. That's where me and Conrad come in. That's why Terra's so beautiful. A private unit funded solely by Vela. We handle this dirty work. That's putting it bluntly. No, putting it bluntly would be saying that we're assassins, which we are, by the way. We keep the king in power. This world wouldn't be safe under anyone else's rule. It's not glamorous, John, but at the end result is peace. And that's all anyone ever wants. But Claire is gaining traction in the upcoming election. If he takes over, he'll throw the world to complete disarray. We need to take action. Is that why I was brought here? Not really, well, I can't say for sure. Your arrival could be tied to Vela's grand plan. Fortunately, he's been pretty tight-lipped. How you know that Vela is trustworthy? I don't like what you're implying. He served greater good of Terra for millennia. Yeah, if anyone I trust, it's him. How do I know you two are trustworthy? Well, let me put it this way. We're assassins, and you're still breathing. Fair. Why was I brought here then? For follow-up questions today, are we? Well, we do have a long walk ahead of us. Let's walk and talk if that's alright with you. They start leading down a trail. I seem to know enough about Terra, not but not why I'm here. It seems that politicians' turmoil was a constant on multiple worlds. Either way, I need some answers, mainly why I'm here. Not that not the lay of land. Villa wants you by nightfall. We might need to pick up the pace. For some reason, I don't think they care. You're talking too much what, not enough why. I nod fiercely in Conrad's direction. Hmm, very well. We continue to make our way down the trail. The sun pierces through the canopy, making beams of light strikes us. Thus, Vela calls you the savior, though I'm not sure what he meant to save us from. He's very secretive on the matter. That's all. All I know is that he wants you. He foresees the threat to the time all the time. If he thinks you'll help us out, I know you will. He keeps saying that history repeats itself. A pretty cliche line, unless you're basically immortal. I'm sure he can see patterns in the folly of his subjects, though he's not ever sought help of an outworlder. So these patterns clearly aren't set in stone this time. Things seem different, yet unknown variable. Sometimes just what you need. Why don't you tell us what makes you special? I mean, we did put our lives in the line to get you here. For some reason, I thought they know. Don't answer that question. Oh, that's all we needed to know. Bella would have told us whatever your purpose is. We're not meant to know it yet. I'll admit it's a little on, but you're here for a noble purpose. I can tell. Just remind yourself that if you ever feel uncertain, this clearly related to my powers on the Ark. Why not start telling us your name? That's something we'll need to know going forward. It's Shydo. My name is Shydo. Conrad starts scribbling down on a piece of parchment. Good to know. Gotta say, you're quite the lurker, too. Right back at you, Conrad. Oh, it's mutual. And the sparks start to fly. He smiles. Continues to scribble down notes. What are you writing down? This is basically an immigration form. We need to register you as Terran and prompt me too. That's our first goal. We're heading to the place called the Whale Fails Tavern. It's one of a kind place tavern, paperwork, processing mailboxes. At least grab a drink while you read through your bills. When we get there, maybe we could chug one down together. Really, Conrad? Oh, most definitely. Must I remind you not to engage in needless friendly? Good thing it's not needless then. He winks. Anyway, to the tavern. He tilts his head to a small town coming into view. Guess that's where we're going? Pretty sights, sense of adventure aside. I'm extremely worried. I can't help but think of Earth, what's back home. Something told me that the tour would come to an end as soon as I return. They'd probably send me back home. How much effort into the contest too. Really did feel like my life depended on that winning can. Alright, this is a good place to stop. Thank you guys for watching this video, and goodbye guys.